Hey people, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're okay. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. And a quick welcome to Maha Sao. Welcome to the channel, Maha. Thanks for joining us. And Denise, you left a comment on the Sag April. And YouTube won't let me open it, and it looked like a lovely comment. So I'm just letting you know, don't worry about it. I'm Paulie. So I'm navigating through a one-woman sweat lodge at the moment, and it's been pretty hefty. There's something really profound coming out of the failed masculine reading that wouldn't publish because the audio failed. And so I'm getting loads of guidance on that, and everything's starting to make sense. I just got to sit with the energy. But yesterday, this wave of energy just took me off my feet. So I did loads of healing. And then today it's all coming out in the physical. So it's, I can literally feel kind of, I want to say new masculine codings is dropping in here. My voice sounds different today. It feels deeper. And there's this new kind of lump here, like something I want to keep coughing. So, but I didn't want to kind of leave you hanging because this seems to be a collective energy, right? So I caught up with my favorite astrologer, Athan Chimenti, this morning. I'm going to put his link in the description box. And excuse me, hair. And of course, I'd completely forgotten. It's been a really busy week, and I'd completely forgotten that we're at the end of a lunar cycle, because we've got a new moon in Pisces, if you're sidereal, Aries, if you're Western. This is about integration. So what's happening with me, and I've done a personal reading for myself this morning, is I'm calibrating now. So I had a massive download yesterday, and today my body is recalibrating the energy that came in. It is to do with the elevation of the masculine. It is to do with the inner masculine and feminine getting into a different relationship. And it's very powerful. Okay. So this is, I haven't checked the dates, but apparently this is the second new moon in Pisces. So it's all going to be still quite watery. Some of you have been using the word nebulous when I did the nebulous reading. And so this is about finding peace in the spiritual self. This is about harnessing light. But we have Mars in Taurus. So we've got lots of kind of fire and earth, which is, you know, wanting to birth and create, but all this watery energy might be putting out the fire, and that's creating this kind of drowning feeling that people are feeling. So the guidance there is slow and steady wins the race. Don't push, just allow, because we're with Mars in Taurus complementing the Sun in Pisces. We're building self-reliance, spiritual self-reliance. Okay. Yeah, nebulous, Neptune, Mars squaring. There's potential for a clash there. So anyway, I'll put his link in the description box. What else have we got? Chiron's in there too. Today, Friday, Mercury over Chiron. So that's mind, healing the mind. And the moon is at its lowest energy phase, hence me feeling utterly drained. I feel like a limp lettuce. New moon on Sunday is squaring Pluto. The new moon on Sunday is squaring Pluto. So that could get quite deep. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's absolutely pants today, but it is what it is. So guys, I'm not going to labour this, but let's just do a quick general reading. I'm not going to go back into that sweat lodge energy. I think I'm holding quite a lot of it. A lot of the work I'm doing is collective, and there's personal in there as well. Yeah, okay, right. So this is coming through as a message for those that might be in a wobble at the moment, and it's the wobble between Mars physical and Neptune spiritual. So that will be about how do you express yourself? How do you express yourself? Yeah, I'm just going to say the words in your woo-woo. How do you express yourself in your woo-woo? You know, if you talk about energy and astrology and esotericism and whatever, magic, occulted knowledge, how do you express yourself? So the first card out is to trust yourself, because that's the only person that you really need to trust. If you trust yourself, everything else falls into alignment. Because what you're birthing, this beautiful flower of life. That reminds me, I've got a flower of life pendant and I can't find it anywhere. I was looking for it yesterday. Because it's already within you. All we're doing is birthing it, you know, from within. So yeah, the masculine speaking to me on this. It's about it's really about not allowing others to define you. Because if you do that, you're not in trust, not in your own personal integrity. So when you stand in your own personal integrity, if there aren't questions with that, then you're probably not doing it right. You know, when we've only ourselves to trust, then the mind, Mercury, that's the lower egoic mind, will take us through questions. So come back to the heart with that. Come back to the heart, diving for light. So for those that feel energy like I do, super, super sensitive, there's that 11. I feel for you. This has been a big shadow birthing, big soul forge work, very deep. Trust, I can't say that enough, trust. Okay, nice simple messages, thank you. Okay, so what's going to help us navigate? So they're the principles. Trust yourself, it's already within you. Dive for light fearlessly. Don't be defined by someone else's thoughts or actions. Reach in for help before reaching out. So what's going to help us to navigate? I think I've just answered that question, haven't I? Have a card on that anyway. These cards are the meanest cards I've got. Let's just choose one and see what comes out. That. Yeah, this is an interesting one because sometimes this can be the opposite of safety. Lovely. I watched a load of National Geographic yesterday under my blanket. And I watched a National Geographic documentary about a couple of guys that walked the Grand Canyon, all 750 miles of it. It was an epic adventure. And one of the climbers said, "Oh my God, I'm out of my comfort zone. I need a passport to get back to my comfort zone." And I thought that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. So yeah, adventure sounds great, and we make it sound such fun, but to really birth the masculine again in us, it's going to feel a bit dangerous, as the feminine allows the masculine to take the active lead. This is huge. It's absolutely huge. I'm not getting into how huge it is, but I can feel it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. When I was tuning in there, what I was getting was one of the other documentaries that I watched was about the Maya, and they started to LiDAR survey almost the whole of South America to discover that the Maya kingdom is actually 10 times bigger than anybody thought. So with a kind of, the guesstimated 1 million population, it's more like 10 or 11 million. It's absolutely vast. And it really made me reflect on war, and have we learned anything? Because it seems, as far back as recorded history goes, we've been at war. And rebirthing the masculine is, well, who does the masculine want to be if there isn't a war to fight? And war and peace, I was really playing with that sentence yesterday. We don't find peace by going to war, and we certainly don't find peace by going to war in the name of God, or whoever God is, or whatever God is. So the masculine reading that failed, this is what he's moving into. It was actually, what's he moving into was something like mysticism and the high priestess. So listening, he has to listen to the feminine for him to take action. So yeah, he's opening his heart, which is Fool energy. And the Fool card came out in 2 different decks in the big reading that I did. So he's taking that leap of faith that it's okay for him to be a different way in the world. Yeah. To break through, to shift his energy. Oh, I just got the word obedience there, into peaceful obedience. So within a human being, there's something big happening to the masculine archetype, okay? And it's to do with trusting that it's all within, everything he needs is within, and being unafraid to dive for light, because that's kind of the feminine principle, is to work with the shadow. Okay. And what's going to help him is to maintain his sense of innocent adventure. It's a childlike adventure that will push his boundaries, because it's going to be happening in a peaceful way where he's going to be able to move into his heart space, the inner collective heart space, which is beautiful. Okay, Sacred Rebels. We've done Sacred Rebels. Let's do a surrender card, and then I'm going to call it a day. Okay, so okay. So firstly, let's do 2. So let's start with what can the feminine surrender to? What can the inner feminine surrender to facilitate the transformation of the masculine? What can she surrender to, please? And same question again, what can the masculine surrender to facilitate his own transformation? What can he surrender to? I'm getting guilt and sorrow here. not leading in the right way, and my solar plexus is just giving a little. What can he surrender to, please? Okay, let's do this one first. Okay, so the feminine is being asked to surrender to her intuition. Yeah, I'm surprised this didn't come out for the masculine, actually. To surrender to the intuition to facilitate his expansion, activation. Tune in to the inner voice. Be aware of gut feelings, that's instinct. Flashings, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. And then the next step is to feed that into the feminine active, make that in the world. Okay. Even if that's moving it from intuition onto journal and just writing about it. Is there another intuition card, please? I think this card is for both the masculine and the feminine. Because he's got to surrender to his intuition to be able to hear the feminine and respond to her. Oh, there's another card. Is it from this deck? Well, yeah. So complete healing is about alignment, the completion. And that's talking into a kind of do it energy, not yet. Again, remember that Mars energy is slow and steady wins the race, but putting it into active energy. And that can be something as simple as changing the way you speak to somebody. I found myself doing this week, and it was wasn't jarring. I let the masculine take the lead, and so the response I gave was very different, and it created a very different outcome, which is very true to me. Yeah, and recently working with clients who are kind of activating their wild self, their blunt self, their truth self. And so when we bring that into the world, that's going to look very different to the self-censorship that goes on broadly in the collective, where that moment of intuitive response gets squashed as we filter and manage that through the paradigm of politeness and courtesy, and it just comes out all lily-livered and weak. If there's something to be said, say it, because the masculine is really, really taking the reins. So complete healing is to allow him to speak. Thank you. Sorry, that was a bit waffly. Yeah, so it's about fully opening to love and compassion for yourself, and supporting yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I heard that sentence again this morning. If the plane is going down, you put the mask on yourself first, and then you have a look around to see who else needs you. That's interesting. Let's just read into this. Surrender denial. She's blindfolded. There's like a two-way denial that's gone on here. It's like she's been denied by the masculine, and she has in turn denied needing masculine energy. So if you think about women in the corporate world have to step hard into their masculine, and that can sometimes come out actually as shadow feminine. So there's going to be a real balance point to allow that active fire to carry the intuition out into the world. It's literally about opening. This is about clear sight, which goes into what I was saying about filtering. This is about seeing things exactly as they are. I came across a beautiful sentence the other day. Objective truth is fading from the world, Orson Welles. Objective truth. Subjective truth is the adapted truth, is made polite. That's when it becomes all opiniony and just lily-livered. Objective truth isn't, this is how it is. That's it. Okay, yeah, blunt. Right, I think that's it. Are there any other messages that need to come out today? Not getting anything meaningful. Right, I'm going horizontal again. I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. Thank you for being here and thank you for your patience. I'm sorry for the gap, but I didn't move at all yesterday. So yeah, let's see what comes from this. Lots of love. Have a wonderful weekend and take it easy. Be gentle. There's a big wrapping up. There's a big wrapping up this weekend. Yeah, much love. Take care. Bye.